Good evening and welcome. My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir, and I'm with these amazing people a little bit later than usual to play some D&D. Specifically, we're diving back into the realm of the Ravenloft 1921, where we're going to see how they fare with their understanding of the horrors of eldritch power, but with Strahd around. Because that's what we do. We're going to go around the table, do a round of introductions before we get to our recap. Our introductions this week are going to be our usual. Who are you and who are you playing? Followed by what is that character's least favorite interview question? They've all had to put in for a job. Well, Amelie hasn't, but
I was gonna say.
but
Was there an interview to get into your school?
admissions interviews count. And what's that one question that everybody knows gets asked in an interview that they just can't stand?
Yeah, but let's be honest. She'd have been trying to fail that on purpose. Boarding school was not an option she liked.
Fair. And so we've been talking about that, and yes, things being what they are, that's where we are tonight. And I'm just curious. So we're gonna start with Andy or the Outer Dork. Take it away, sir.
All right, I am Andy the Outer Dork, and I am playing Luis Hauberk, our stage magician slash not so secret warlock. Speaking of eldritch powers. And his least favorite interview question is definitely, what's your greatest weakness? Because everybody wants you to lie and like fake a weakness that's really not a weakness, like I'm a workaholic. But you really want to be honest, and then you got to read the interview. I hate that question. I hate that question with a burning passion.
And Luis is no different.
So does Luis. Yes, Luis and I share our opinion on this.
Cool. June?
Hi, I'm June. I'm playing our resident rogue, the Agnes Devereaux, the archaeologist. And Agnes's least favorite interview question is, why do you think you're qualified? Because she's like, did you not read my resume? I gave you. Did you not do the required reading of you? Like, I went through all of this process. I have my credentials right here. All right? I am qualified. Give me the job.
Once again, I feel like that's a June and Agnes are on the same page.
It is. I hate interviews.
Following along, Kaitapan?
I am the Kaitapon, and I am usually a VTuber, but hey, you get to see my face now. I am playing Darling Odessa, the terrified bodyguard barbarian, who's now going to get more splinters in her boob, I guess. And her least favorite question in the interview to get hired for Agnes's family protection service thing would probably be what is your weaknesses, because her immediate answer would just be like, nothing. I have none. And it's like the most useless question to her, because who would admit to having weaknesses?
And you are in agreement with Darlene on that front?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because honestly, and they tell you this when you do like interview training or whatever, like how to get a job 101, don't admit to any weaknesses or make a weakness sound like a strength. So like, oh, I can't seem to focus on one thing, so I tend to get a bunch of stuff done at once. Like, how is that a bad like it's a multitasking, baby.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Arwen?
I see it too.
I have one in mind, but I've been trying to think of how to word it. Trying to think how it's been worded in interviews I've been in. I'm Arwen Atreides. I am playing Amelie St. Clair, our debutante monk. And Amelie dreads being asked, describe a time when your normal negotiation plans failed, and how did you solve that problem? Because they always want to ask you, like, what's your conflict solving style, and then they want to ask you, and when that doesn't work, what do you do? And that just gets messy when the answer is fists. So
Makes you feel better. Agnes's is a sword.
That tracks. And my name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir. I get to be everybody else, and I concur with all of the questions as being just painful questions to have to endure in the interview process. So, although curiously, the one I most recently failed in an interview was, "What's your Twitch handle?"
What?
And I gave the wrong answer. So.
What?
Long story short, because we have a game to get to tonight, it occurred to me after going, I'm not sure we're at that point, that I do have streaming on my resume. I should not be hesitant to say, and this is what we do here. So
Yep.
I need to embrace that better. But that's okay. He's an old guy. He didn't know what he was asking me. And by old, I mean my age. So
I don't want to know what your answer was. What's the wrong answer to that question?
Yeah.
Yeah, the wrong answer was, we're not there yet. Like I prefer I prefer not to release the specifics, just to say that I do it. And the better answer would have been to really lean in and go, well, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is where you can find it. And FYI, it's not for kids. You'll notice there's a mature warning tag on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Yeah, it shows off your skills as a team leader.
And one who embraces diversity. So, hey, it's a thing. It all tracks. Speaking of which, speaking of things that track, this group tracks. We left off at the most inopportune of times because we just plain ran the clock out. Because we'd had a really good combat and then a really good role play and then more role play and then so we started the combat, we didn't finish, but we should bring everybody up to speed on what was happening just prior to that. Let's see. So the long recap shortified, these amazing individuals have found themselves stranded via plane crash in Eastern Europe. They have explored the valley. They have met a collection of colorful characters. They have interacted with all sorts of supernatural entities, which has forced the explorer to begin to question life beyond the reality she has previously known, which has been the hardest sell. The debutante has mostly taken in stride going, okay, yeah, there's more things heaven and earth, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I paid attention in that class. Our stage magician, totally on board, and he's kind of sold his soul to an elder god anyways. And Darlene, hailing from the South Pacific, is really down with all this ooky stuff on principle and has been so since session 1. The key point, though, the turning point of last session was when the party arrived at the base of a hill, atop which a group of druids were attempting some sort of ritual with an allegedly magic crystal they stole from the nearby winery. At which point, the entire party was concerned something might go amiss, including our archaeologist, who up until now had been in firm denial, where all of the supernatural was considered, and found even herself going, well, we can't let them finish the ritual. Something bad might happen. And indeed, something bad did. As we can see, from the battle board, there's a giant tree lumbering towards them as we speak. They have been, when we got a few rounds into combat, they managed to break pieces of it off. Those pieces have animated and begun to come after everybody. If I remember, also the barbarian is raging. I have the initiative tracker set correctly. I'm going to loop to the top of the initiative tracker to lay it all off. I'll make a note to myself that the barbarian, she'll remember that she's raging. I don't need to actually put it on the board. Did I miss anything?
You missed that we don't want to die.
But we'll be very well rested when we go.
Yes, that is
And
true.
why is that an issue again, Arwen? Do you want to share with the class what your logic is?
It's a little bit of a sore topic still. It's too soon.
Fair enough. And to answer your question, Cheapskate, I think I could possibly live over there. There's just a lot of question marks about licenses and school and whatnot that would have to be hammered out, and they won't happen while we're on vacation. But I did put the dates in the chat. So for the people that are on the European schedules and locales, those are the dates I'm slated to be in Ireland. The dates preceding them for about 3 days, I will be in Amsterdam. I am not adverse to meeting up at a pub, tavern, or coffee shop. Yes. I've been told coffee shops are cool, cafes are not if you're in Amsterdam. Cafes is where you get smoke. Coffee shops is where you get coffee.
Good to know.
Maybe I have that backwards.
For the news.
Might be
That's an
backwards.
important thing to have not backwards. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I
have
might
a-
want to check that before you go.
I'll ask the
Yeah.
concierge before I ask where to get a cup of coffee in the morning. Now, by the way, I want coffee. I don't want weed.
I don't want coffee. You could just come out here for that.
Or here, as previously noted, I do have an application into a cannabis
That's
company
true.
to write their website. So we'll see. But speaking of things that are high, there is a giant tree lumbering down on the party. Do we miss anything in the recap, or should we get back to the part where you're trying to get it deaded before it deadeds you?
Yes.
Let's turn this tree into some weed.
I
Do not smoke. the
Agnes,
evil
drugs
tree.
are bad.
This is a mature show. We're fine. This is a mature stream. It's fine.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
I would just like the record to reflect that technically that's my call.
Okay. You said it earlier that it was a mature stream. Okay.
Fair. That part, yes. So, Arwen, what exactly is Amelie up to? She's at the top of the initiative track. What's she going to do here?
Yeah. So, hang on, let me pull up the right window. There is an anime whoosh breeze past Agnes, and then I forget, Darling, as Amelie just blows past, and I'm going to make 2 attacks at Vine Blight number 2.
Okay.
There's just like a blur.
Are we
Hair
burning
blows.
key points?
No, I have 40 feet of movement. I can get over there. I counted. I don't even have to right there.
You're emphasizing it so much. I'm like, is there something really cool coming? Or are you just showing off that
No.
you have 40 feet of movement?
No, I'm just showing off. It's a monk thing.
It's a monk thing.
And now I've got the wrong window open. I gotta find my window. There we go. Okay. Let's do a quarterstaff attack on the Vine Blight.
Okay.
21 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. Or
That will definitely hit. I don't even need to look.
9 points of damage.
Okay. Check. Consider it done.
Okay. Is he still up?
He's still up.
Do I need another? Okay. Then I'll make my second attack
5th level is so much
on
fun,
the same
isn't it?
one. Oh, so much fun. 22 to hit.
That will hit too.
Yeah. 4 damage.
Not as impressive.
Not as impressive.
Not as, but that's okay.
That's okay. And I think we're gonna leave that there for now.
Okay. Saving the key
okay,
points
okay.
for other things.
We're saving the key points for bigger things.
And your AC is higher now, right? That silly monk thingy about I hit it, so I'm harder to hit.
Yes, I think so. I think it goes up 2.
Okay.
So at 18.
I can pay attention to that. I can track that. Okay. That then takes us to number 1, who is positioned to go somewhere. Let's see where he can reach in his move. Move. Really? That's his speed? Well, that's a bummer and a half. Bump. Well, I guess he's going to take 2 move actions because he can't actually hit anything. So he will sprint. Arabelle, for her part, is not enjoying the look of this thing coming at her. So let's do that. And no appreciable effect. She whips a card off top of her deck, flings it out, and it sails right past the Vine Blight, barrowing down on her. 2 gets to do something. Oh, good. 2 gets to punch something. It's going to hit Amelie. No, it's not. Okay. The Barbarian is up.
The Barbarian is going for the big boy.
Okay. And there she goes.
Wreck it.
I was gonna
Wreck
say
it,
I'm
darling.
gonna wreck it.
Wreck
Did I
it,
already-
darling.
what- Did I rage before we started session?
Yes.
Or like,
Yeah.
You're still in rage.
okay.
I think that was the last thing you did
Okay.
last time.
I'm gonna. Hold on, I need to reread the double, the fucking, yeah. Where's the? Oh my god! Why is there? Oh, do wielder. Okay.
What you looking for?
Dual wielder. You add 1 AC or 1 bonus AC while you are wielding a separate melee weapon. In each hand can use a 2-handed weapon, fighting even when 1-handed melee weapons you are wielding aren't light.
Yes.
So does that mean I can have the rapier in one hand and a dagger in the other?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
If that's a feat you
So-
have, then yes, that's what that would do.
So I will
Oh, yep.
do this,
So, yep.
and then I guess attack with the dagger offhand.
Yep. Do your damage on the rapier first, though.
Oh shit!
never
I
mind.
already rolled.
Hey, they both hit. So
Yay!
you get your rapier damage, your dagger damage, and your smite damage.
Ooh.
That's a 6. A 6.
Another 6. Is it going to be
Do
6?
do I hear a third 6? A third 6!
Yes, you do.
666.
Ah! Dance with the devil, baby! Let's go!
Oh, is there a pale moonlight?
You beat me to it. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Was that the joke you were going to go for, Andy? Because that would also be very consistent with the way this group rolls. Just saying. Just saying.
What's our motto? That checks out.
Uh,
I think so. I thought it's a monk thing.
Well, that's my motto, but I thought
That's-
we talked a couple weeks ago about it. That checks out.
Okay.
That might have been a different group. I don't. remember.
okay, let's
It
see.
might have been us.
It is positioned where it can't. You know what? It can. Wait, what's its speed? It's big. Oh, yep. It has some speed to it, so it can use its speed. It is going to work its way around to there. So it's not provoking attacks of opportunity. It's going to first slam its branch down on top of Darling, who is going to be taking 13 damage. But no, she takes 7. Little Miss Rage Monster. That's fine. That's fine. Then it's going to swing another branch over at Amelie. And Mies.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Oh, Cheapskate, we're going to talk after the stream, my friend. We need to catch up on Jack Nicholson there. Because that's the... we got to do that right. We got to do right. That and where does he get such wonderful toys?
I just watched that. Such a good one.
I love it so much.
You can tell a lot about a person by who their first Batman was.
It's not my
Nicholson.
first, but it's definitely my favorite.
Speaking
Who
of
was
which,
my first?
June, what's
Yes.
how is Agnes coping with the tree that's trying to eat her friends?
Has it tried to eat them yet, or is it just swatting at them?
Well, it's got this big gaping maw that's got this green glow in it.
Okay.
It just hasn't been able to grab onto anybody yet.
Can I use my eye for detail?
Two.
I want to look at the big boy because he's glowing on the inside, and I want to see what's making that glow.
Yes, you can.
Clearly a very expertly hidden series of flashlights.
All right, so that would be oh gosh, was that insight or investigation? Which one was it?
It is perception.
Great. Okay. Okay. What does a dirty 20 get me?
A dirty 20 gets you that lodged above the you can see between the different bits of the bark on the front. Like if there's a mouth, the mouth is yay high, and so you figure the head's about yay high. So right like yay-ish above the mouth, you can see through the bits of bark a glowing green crystal about the size of a human heart.
Okay.
Or a large fist. Or your head. Depending on your general overall body size.
Okay. With my perception check, oh, probably not. Never mind. I was just, would she be able to tell that that crystal is what might be powering it with that perception check? But probably not. Like she would recognize it's there.
She's a sharp cookie. She would surmise that that thing has some power behind what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
As much as she's willing to accept the possibility that there's a tree attacking your bodyguard that's powered by a magic crystal. There should be a moment of like internal dialogue, which I will not necessarily force upon you, but I would suggest of, if I were writing the scene, I would put internal dialogue. That crystal must be powering it. It's a tree. It can't be powered.
Oh yeah, this is what's going on. Oh, that's 100% what's going on.
There's the battery. It's an animatronic.
Yeah, we're Five Nights at Freddying this stuff. Why am I censoring myself?
Okay, the only downside to
I was
that.
gonna ask, why are we censoring ourselves?
Yeah, I already asked myself that. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, animatronics won't be invented for another 40 years.
Damn. Bad day.
We had what are they called? Automatons, which are the predecessors.
True. Meanwhile, as this internal dialogue has been racketing it through Agnes's mind, is she going to do anything with this block of 6 seconds she's been allocated?
She's going to shout at these two. the crystal is inside the tree. Try getting it out of there. And she sees that this vine blight is going, this one right over here is kind of going for a name I once again forget because you've already told me a million times. Arabelle, there we go. Gotta look at the initiative. But she's gonna run over there, and I did count the squares. That is 30 feet of movement. She's going up and around, so trying to avoid
staying out of the big guy.
Yeah, because she knows she wouldn't. She's not as hardy as those two, but she can take on a human-sized vine thing, and she's gonna take a stab at it with her rapier.
Okay. Fair, fair, fair. Even more impressive if she hits.
She probably won't because it's a 9.
She does not hit.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to weapon fighting to try and swipe at it with my dagger. Does an 11 hit?
11 will not hit.
Yeah. Her mind is completely on the fact this tree is being powered by a crystal. How is a tree being powered by a crystal? Why am I thinking of trees being powered by a crystal?
Because your
How
plane
did
crashed.
I get here?
Because your plane crashed. That's why.
Yep. Oh, I must be hallucinating all this. I'm just in a
you're
weird
in a
coma.
coma.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Because your plane crashed.
Clearly going through a...
Speaking of plane crashes, how's Luis doing?
I like that segue. Luis is doing great. Luis is going to mosey around his tree, just to where it has rock a little bit. Luis is going to Eldritch Blast the evil tree.
The big evil tree or the little evil trees?
The big evil tree.
Are you targeting anything in particular or just trying to blast off bits of wood?
I am blasting off bits of wood at the moment.
I respect that. Aim small,
There's
miss
a follow-up
small.
plan here. Probably miss anyway. It's an 11.
Yep. That's probably going to hit something, but its natural armor blocks it from taking any appreciable damage.
All right. How
That
about
will
23?
hit, though.
All right. For Seeks.
For Seeks.
Then, my bonus action, I will use Telekinetic Shove. Trying to target the gem.
Okay.
Gonna try to yank the gem to me out of the tree.
Okay. Yes, pause for DM to think.
Think.
Okay. Okay. I got it. I know what I'm gonna do. All right, so we go to this thing. We go boom, boom. And we go boom, 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 boom. And some of the wood starts to crack, but it's got a firm, it starts to bulge a bit, and then you can see like a series of vines shoot down over it to pull it back in again as it fights back to maintain it.
Okay.
However, it had an effect, and it's working to keep that thing in place. It does not want to part with it.
That is a good sign.
It is. I'm not even reading that out loud, June. I'm not dignifying that with a full read. Nope. Shadow, good evening and welcome. Thank you for popping in. And thank you for reminding me to stay hydrated with liquid as opposed to what I've been mostly relying on, which is very much not. How come I can't find the matching token here? There's the matching token. Boom. As another one breaks off of the big guy. I'm very well hydrated. It's just with the wrong stuff, so I'm going to top off my water. Thank you for that. He's been a day. He's been a big day. He just appeared this turn. He's not going to get an action. But she is. And she's up.
All right. How hurt is this vine blight? Okay, we got a ways to go. I'm gonna focus on the vine blight in front of me.
Okay.
Let's do a quarterstaff attack. Oh, that was almost a 3, but it's a 22.
Wasn't. 22.
It wasn't. I
me some
watched it. I was
damage.
like, don't, and then it rolled.
The 3D mechanical dice on D&D Beyond are very nice.
Yes, 9.
9 against number 2.
Number 2.
2. Okay.
And then unarmed strike, second attack. That's not so great. 11.
Did your bonus action?
No, that's my second attack.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then I'm looking at can I see the crystal
Mm-hmm.
now that what's her face is directed my attention to it? Sorry,
Agnes?
Agnes. I was in the middle of a thought and I couldn't stop to.
I deserve that for forgetting everyone else's name. It's only fair.
Yep.
Can I see how it's like? How is it in there? Would it be like having to break it out, or
You'd have to like chip off chunks of the bark to get into it. But there's like strips of bark that come down over it, kind of like holding it like a cage.
okay? So that would probably be a strengthy thing to have to do
If you can get up there.
if I could get up there. Okay. Trying to decide if that's worth going for with -1 to my yanking things out skill. Okay, I'm just gonna clock like where the crystal is and what it's doing or what it like where it is. And well, we've got another one on the board now.
Yep. Decisions.
Okay, I'll spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Okay.
Try to finish that one off.
Okay.
That's a 23 to hit.
That's 23 to hit. It is down. There's no way you were not going to do enough damage to
Okay.
finish it off. Which means you still have a free.
All right.
You have a free one to go.
Okay.
Doink.
I'll direct it at the big tree.
Okay.
Just gonna punch it real hard. 19 to hit.
Yes, you are. Give me some damage.
7.
7. Solid.
I love monks.
I.
This is fun. I'm not used to hitting things. I'm usually a caster, so this is a lot of fun.
It's like casting.
It is. It's just different.
Just
It's
up close.
Casting with up close casting with my pretty lacy parasol.
With your perfectly manicured fingers.
It's
Do fingernails grow back in a long rest? Because I don't know that I have many of those left. After yesterday.
Yeah, it's just a lot of semantic components
There you go.
to your spell casting. That's all. That's the only real appreciable change.
I have 2 spellcasting foci.
Foci.
Yeah. Foci.
So number 1 is up. He is going to take a swing at Agnes. He's going to hit for 6
All right, I'm going to use my uncanny dodge
to reduce
to
it by
half
2.
that.
Duly noted. That's your reaction. Now you're going to
Yes.
give me a strength check.
So I'm at 3 damage. 1 second, a strength check. Let's,
Or strength save, I should say.
yeah.
Strength save.
with my
Ooh,
minus
with a
one.
-1.
Brings me to a dirty 1.
Ow.
You tried.
Not really.
It watches as Agnes charges up and starts hacking away with her rapier and her dagger and is just having all the wonderful fun with it. And it just reaches out and slaps the side of her head, and vines shoot down over her shoulders and pin her arms to her sides as it takes its other free hand to start to look for something else to beat on. Speaking of which, Arabelle's not enjoying this moment. I guess we're going to kick out a bigger spell slot because we've been struggling to do anything of meaning. Boink. That's going to hit. And that's going to do that. That is number 1, right? Yep. And it is off the board, which means Agnes is no longer restrained.
Woo.
Arabelle goes running up next to Agnes, and Agnes probably won't see this, to be honest, but Luis will. As that deck of cards she's been pulling off of to throw out what she can do fans out into a blade, and she just slices the vine blade in half with it, and then the deck back in again. She'll whip up a card and smile at Agnes as she kind of jogs around through there.
Thank you for the assist.
How's Darling doing?
You know, no splinters yet.
No splinters yet. I can fix that.
No, it's okay. Where why is it blocking the thing? Go away.
What's the duration on that spell, anyways? Hopefully that's a concentration. That's gonna hit.
Roll damage first. Okay.
Yep. Funny that you think she's a warlock.
There are certainly other options.
That's 7. Oh, wow. Okay. That was real close. Oh, that's 3.
So we're up to 10, and then you're boom to boom.
Boom de boom.
Another 15.
Woohoo!
Darling is not to be messed with. She's bringing the pain.
Bringing the rage.
Smack down.
You got
Bringing
it
the
down to
wreck.
bloodied. It's halfway there.
Does a tree bleed blood?
The tree
Is it
bleeds.
sap?
Sap.
It's this weird glowing green ichor
How did I know you were going to say that?
that oozes out. It's like it would spray like blood, but it's too congealed, so it's sort of like splats in little out of spots.
Ugh. Ugh.
Ew.
And there's a spot like right where as your rapier comes through, you get like some of it on your cheek, like just
Oh,
and it
how dare.
it doesn't hurt. It just feels weird.
Damn, poison.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
Quite possibly. Okay. Like raw crude oil coming out of the ground. Yes. But not the kind that makes you rich and makes you pick up and move everybody to Beverly Hills.
Summer.
And that spills into the Gulf.
Y'all need to catch up on your 50s sitcoms. Just put that out there.
I'm working my way through Star Trek right now. It's going to
Fair.
take me a while.
I do what? Thank you. Thank you.
I'm here for you, Rob. No worries.
Conversations with former students. So what did you watch when you were sick? I watched a lot of Gilligan's Island. What did you watch? TikTok.
Oh my god.
I watch, if it makes you feel better, I watch the OG Twilight Zone.
There we go. We're down. All right. So the
I
big,
watched I Love Lucy.
it gets to do its thing. It's going to take a swing with its massive branch down on Darling and miss. It's going to see Amelie over there, and it's going to take a swing. Okay. I'm going to need your. I think we said you could use acrobatics if you wanted to get out of the fact that it is entangling you.
Okay. Acrobatics. Yeah, that's a big difference. Ah! 10.
Ugh.
I've been rolling high. It was time.
It was time.
It was time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hubris. I've been rolling high.
And it has Amelie wrapped up. They're gonna not be pleasant.
No.
Yep. You think?
just the tiniest bit.
Just the tiniest bit. It like right where Amelie is standing, a bunch of vines leap up out of the ground and pick her up and start to pull her towards that gaping maw on the tree.
Am I at a better vantage point to see the crystal?
Yes, you could say that. You are at a better
Okay.
place. If you're looking for a half full glass, there's your half full glass. You're going to get a great view of the crystal as it puts the upper half of your body into its mouth and breaks you apart like a Twinkie.
Oh,
Well, silver linings and all. Wait, is that all this turn? Or is that coming up?
That's its attack. Now it's got
Okay.
its next attack to do its thing. People can still cut you
Okay.
loose. There's still options.
We're concerned, but we're not panicking yet.
Nah, why would you panic? You've got a whole 6 seconds to live.
Wow.
That
Okay, back it up.
checks out.
As you're moving toward its mouth, be bit in half like a cannoli. Are we going to fact check me on that one?
My.
No, I can't be
Actually-
bothered to Google cannolis.
Hey Google.
Shadow, you rock. That was perfectly timed too. So what is Agnes doing? Speaking of Twinkies.
Okay then.
that's it.
Rude.
You're officially now. Your nickname is officially now my precious little Twinkie.
Twinkies and cannolis. Somebody get Rob some dessert.
Rob's also going to point June at the Zoom chat if she needs to say anything. He's watching for it. What would Agnes like to do in this moment, though?
Okay. Well, she's free of that vine
Yes.
night blight thing. Would I still technically be prone on the ground or?
Nope, you're up.
Oh, great. Well, it wouldn't matter anyway because she's only just going to be going to this guy right here.
Okay.
Because from her vantage point, I don't think she saw Amelie get picked up. So she's gonna attack this guy. Tried and true, starting with a rapier.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes. Do you get your sneak?
I don't know.
You don't get your sneak. There's nobody. Oh, wait. You can.
Wait a minute.
Bonus action, you can activate your sneak. You have that other thingy. If you want to use your bonus action for that, because there's nobody else threatening it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my sneak attack because that's a lot of damage.
Okay, then you do need to roll really quick to confirm it. You have to hit a insightful fighting, so you need to make a deception insight. Roll your insight real quick. The good news is they're not very clever. They should not succeed in a deception check.
Okay.
Oh, well, let's see how you roll.
Okay. 20.
Dirty 20. It takes the full brunt of that damage.
Yay!
Yay! That's 14. It's half dead. That's solid. Agnes is back in it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay, cool. Luis.
All right, so Amelie has been entangled.
Amelie has been entangled and is moving quickly towards its mouth like a ballpark frank.
Well, let's fix that.
I like cannoli better.
Advance to here.
She's wrapped up like a Jimmy John's unwitch.
What?
Well, that's not ladylike at all.
Ah, boy.
Oh, hey. Oh, there it is.
And
Caitlin's
then
just
I
down here. She
will.
moved my water.
I will give a quick hop to make sure I am close enough to our entangled monk, and then I will thunderstep her away.
Ooh.
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 Because thunderstep lets me take one person with me.
Impressive. And it does damage too, doesn't it?
It sure does. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Con save. Coming right up. Boom. It does not make it.
Then it takes 21 points of damage.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. What's your effect on that, by the way?
That would be not huge. 10 feet to the space I left.
10 feet.
10.
Okay, so you couldn't catch the other dude in the blast.
No, the tree is too big if I wanted to grab Amelie.
Right. So where did you end up then?
Anywhere I want within 90 feet.
Okay, well, there's
So-
90 feet. Oh, hello. Keiko, can I help?
Yeah, I could be like way the hell back, but I mostly just wanted to get her free of the vines.
Yeah.
So knowing she's fast as hell and can hop back into the fight whenever she wants, I'm just going to pull us back to where I started.
That's reasonable. That's
And
it.
it sounds like the tree got struck by lightning.
I think we're well past trying to use that as cover, but I respect the commitment. I respect the commitment.
I like that rock. That's my special emotional support rock.
Excuse me, sir. This is my emotional support boulder.
I thought you were gonna say that's your emotional support monk.
I mean, that too.
You
So yeah, everyone hears thunder with up to 300 feet away. It's a little loud.
he's a little loud. That's a
I have to
fun.
make a save against like throwing up or something.
Nah.
Okay.
Louis Hallberg's transportation services are entirely nausea free.
All right, cool.
Fair.
Now, your dreams this evening, I have no promises.
Make
but
no
while you're awake,
promises.
everything's fine.
Exactly.
I feel like that should be the tagline of a movie. While you're awake, everything's fine.
Okay, so that's Luis. 3 gets to go now. Because his turn is up. And he will do what he does. This is going to be really funny. He's going to punch Agnes.
Oh,
She right there. And
I did also stab him.
yes. And he misses.
That checks out.
He misses. Great.
Misses. Amelie is no longer grappled. She has her full action. What would she like to do? And you did notice another bit of that of the tree fell off and animated as it rose up and begins to lurch towards the general direction that Luis disappeared into.
Okay. I'm gonna turn around to Luis and just say like, "Wow, thanks." And then I'm gonna run right back over there. I'm gonna run right here.
Ah, good call.
Yeah, right there. And I'm gonna make an attack against that vine blight. Yes, vine
Yes.
blight. All right, let's do an quarterstaff attack.
Trip it with your parasol.
Mwah. That's an 8.
That's not happening.
Nope. Okay, let's try an unarmed strike. That's better. That's a 22.
That'll hit. Get some damage down.
All right. 5.
Okay, solid.
And I'm gonna spend 1 key point and take dodge as a bonus action, which is gonna give attacks against me disadvantage.
Duly noted. Please remind me.
And I have my +8 or my +2.
So you're at
AC
18
still.
and they're at disadvantage to try to hit you.
18 and they're at disadvantage.
Duly noted. Arabelle's going to rush up again. She's going to pull that sword out again. Because that's how she rolls. And against blight number 2, she's going to hit it. There it is. And she takes it out. I'm now officially feeling like I feel guilty, folks. The NPC keeps kill stealing.
I mean, it's better than the alternative.
The boss is still there for you to down, though. She's just helping with the ads.
That's fair enough.
I'm okay with this.
Speaking of the boss, Kaitapan,
I love how you just segued into that.
thank you.
Let's go, please. Like, what is it? What is that? Oh no. I'm gonna assume that doesn't hit.
Nope.
Now, do I have to attack with the other dagger, or can I try with the rapier again? Since I missed.
You're 5th level. You get 2 attacks. You can use the same weapon for both. As far as unless barbarians are not martial classes.
Unless I'm just rolling shit right now.
Yeah, 2 attacks per action. Whiff, whiff. And then bonus action with your dagger. Come on. This is big guy.
Yeah.
Hit. And
Boink.
you can apply your smitey damage. It's the first time you hit this turn.
Dink. Oh.
There you go.
That'll do it.
That'll do
Nope.
it.
Woo!
That'll do it. It's going to... Okay, he's going to do what it always does. It's going to try to hit Darling with that branch. No, it's going to try to hit... it's going to change it up. Darling got away, or Amelie got away last time, so it's going to try to bash Amelie. Wow. For 19. And that was with disadvantage and your bonus.
That was with disadvantage? Dang.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep. That's going to leave a mark. Squish. And then it's going to try to catch Darling in its roots. So she's going to give me an escape from a grapple.
How did
So
I do
strength or I think we said acrobatics can also be plugged in.
that? Is it just a skill check or a saving throw?
Save for strength or your skill check for acrobatics.
Wow.
Okay.
Strength athletics check contested by the target. Strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics check.
Strength, athletics, yes.
If you want to do rule as written.
We will, yes. I still think rolling a 4 ain't gonna get her out of it.
No.
Okay. And this time, Darling has been made into the Unwitch.
A what?
An Unwitch.
What's that?
Jimmy John's. It's a sub, but they use romaine lettuce wraps instead of bread.
Protein style.
I'm a vegan sandwich?
No.
Well, you are wrapped in it's a plant. It's a plant, so
That's
it makes
fair.
sense.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I'm just ew.
He's doing the South Beach. He can't have the carbs.
Ew.
He's doing this
I'm just saying. I'm just saying this is what happens when I game and I'm in a bad mood and I've been drinking.
That's fair.
I mean, I
4?
haven't been drinking and I'm still making those stupid puns that you refuse to read. So
Well, we've been reading them.
out loud.
Oh, we see them. We see them. We're all good. We're all good. Okay, 4 is going to just start to lumber. Now, actually, 4 is going to lumber this way around. Because, yeah, everything's cool on the backside there with Darling. He's not worried. Which takes us to Agnes, who watches
Great.
as Darling is wrapped up in vines and lifted up as the entire tree turns and twists to start to bring that mouth around and open the gaping jaws.
Okay. Okay. Well, seeing as it's going for trying to looks like it's about to chew on Darling.
Yes. You can make an actual effort specifically to free her, or you can just attack it. Or you can go after 4 before it comes all the way around the base of the tree.
She's gonna try and free Darling. She's gonna try and cut at those vines, those roots, to get her free.
Very reasonable. Make your attack roll.
Great.
I don't want to be made into mulch.
Okay. Just a regular attack roll, or should I use like one of my weapons?
Use your weapon to attack the roots.
Great.
Yep. So you get your whole proficiency and all that other good stuff.
Thank you. That's a 21 to hit.
Put some damage down.
Great.
And I believe, actually, doesn't really matter.
All right.
Yep. It's a good thing you used your sneak attack damage.
Yeah.
Darling is no longer restrained as Agnes charges over there and starts to hack away at those vines. And eventually Darling drops free.
Whoop, whoop.
Well played.
And then
You still have,
can I use the rest of my movement to make sure she lands on her feet?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
It's not like I moved much, so. Are you all right, darling?
I'm not mulch, so it's fine.
That's good. Yes, I like you better this way.
Not mulched. Agreed.
Meanwhile, Luis straightens his tie and
Ain't broke, keep Eldritch blasting it.
When in doubt,
Also, I'm out of spell slots, so you know.
Eldritch Blast.
I appreciate you're using one of them on me. That was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Got you, lady. All right, that is a number because my die is in the way. 17.
Mhm.
All righty.
that's a good one.
5 damage. Yeah, second one is only a 14.
Big guy or the little guy?
Big guy.
Okay, that is going to miss.
Alrighty.
I want to check.
And then I will attempt to telekinetically shove 4 back away from me. So around the tree to the left.
Okie dokie. Strength save?
Yep, DC 15.
Okay. It holds its ground.
Stupid small tree.
I want to check one thing with my 2 beams. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So that's it for Luis.
Yep, that's me.
All right. Emily picks herself up, has a chance to look at everything, and
So nobody's in immediate danger anymore, correct?
well, it depends on your point of view.
I mean,
There is
nobody's
a
like
giant tree storming across the countryside.
Okay, but nobody. The tree doesn't have anybody in his hands.
Correct.
We're back to just everybody's on the ground and okay. Let's make 2 attacks against the big guy. I don't think I've even attacked him yet.
Been dealing with all the little things.
I'm dealing with all the little things, all the little guys.
Mm-hmm.
14.
That will hit it.
All right. 11 damage.
Okay.
Unarmed strike.
Stinking monks.
16.
So will hit. Jeez.
8 damage.
8 damage.
And we're going to keep it there.
We're going to keep it there.
We're going to hang on to some key points.
Okay. Oh. On principle, the DM is going to slide the NPC around the big guy and attack the little one for now. Yeah.
Checks out.
Just on principle. I'm not going to nerf what she can do. I'm just going to redirect it. Which takes us to Darlene.
Okay. Here we go again.
Here we go again on my own.
Are you?
Here we go again.
14. That'll hit. Oh, isn't there another +2 from raging?
Is that not the +2, right? Oh.
Nope, that's your proficiency bonus. All right. It's pretty beat up.
Pew! No! Oh. Okay. It was almost a 5. Don't laugh at me. It was
sounded
almost
at
a 5.
for a second, then blink.
Yeah.
All right, put down some damage.
Boink. Oh, yeah.
Another 8.
Oh, yeah.
And your Divine Fury. That is it for that. That
Just call me the Kool-Aid girl.
is done.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, but we still got this guy.
Yeah, but he's a baby. It's fine.
It's fine. I still got movement and a bonus action.
Yeah.
Actually, you still have your second attack because your dagger is usually your bonus action.
Oh, true.
Go for it.
Hot diggity damn.
Let the barbarian have her moment of glory. Damage it.
Oh.
Solid, and I'll take that number from there, and we'll do that. Not to be outdone, it's going to spin, and it's going to, you know what? It's kind of surrounded. I need, yes, I do. I need Darlene and I need Amelie to give me direct strength saves.
Oh, wait. I'm proficient in those.
Are you serious?
That helps. 11.
12. Why am I rolling so low for my saves?
12 is enough.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, well.
But it's still low
I'm
for me.
screwed.
Amelie again gets entangled
Oh,
Dang
it's
it.
fine. It's fine.
as
It's
it
fine.
as it slams its fist into the ground and roars, or would roar if it made sound. It just opens what looks like a mouth in your direction.
This is the little guy?
Yep. And
Okay.
as it slams its fist down, vines leap up all around it. So what would Agnes like to do?
All right. Agnes is going to do what she realized she can do pretty well is run up and cut some more vines.
Okay.
So she's gonna-
But Darlene succeeded in her strength save. So she didn't need her advantage. However, as Agnes charges in, I need you to roll me a strength save.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Watch this go terribly.
As you go running in,
Zero!
What?
Solid.
Wow.
Picturing her just tripping
Solid.
over a vine and getting covered.
as you go running in, and those vines that are all writhing out of the ground literally lift Agnes up and flip her upside down to pin her in place. And speaking of things
That tracks.
that leap up and turn upside down, our guest star would like to pop in and say,
Hello.
okay. You okay there? She giggled her way into a bookcase.
That's a mood.
That tracks.
She giggled and backed right into a briefcase and then banged her head on a shelf.
Oh.
A briefcase.
Your head's good? Your heel. Okay, she's good.
Tell her I've done that.
She's walking it
before.
off. She's walking it off.
Been
Tell
there,
her I've done
that.
that, but not backwards.
So how's Luis doing as he watches this unfold?
He's good. He's not going to charge into the viney madness and will instead just Eldritch Blast. Like a proper warlock.
Like a proper warlock, he
23
will hit.
for 6 damage. Noticing a theme.
Really does. Second shot.
Second shot. 10.
We can agree that will miss.
Yeah.
Rob, I have a quick question.
I have a quick answer.
All right. Am I pinned to the ground or am I like hanging up in the air with these vines?
You are hanging up in the air.
Great. Am I looking at Luis while I'm upside down?
Now, there is a significant amount of blood rush to your head. But yes. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Oh, and then, hold on.
Whoa, backing up.
Just for grins, I am going to attempt to yank the vine blight towards me to try and rip its vines apart.
Ooh.
How far is that? 10 feet or 15? Or 5?
It's 5.
It's 5. Okay, so it moves 5
Strength
feet
check
towards
15.
you.
5 feet. Yep.
And then let's check. Everything is still within inside its area of effect.
Okay.
So
Is that spell concentration?
it is no, it is not.
Okay.
It is sadly not. It is an innate ability. Yep. Now, if it had no longer been 15 feet from one of you, I would have gone, boom, down you go.
Yep, but it has too big a range.
Yep.
I wasn't sure how big its area of vininess was.
Yep. Amelie can try to get loose with a strength check at the end of her turn.
That's all I can do, right?
You are restrained. You can, if you are. Yeah. You can try to throw something at it at disadvantage.
Sure, why not? Let's try and throw a dart at it.
I mean, that's your balance. Try to get loose or try to attack at a disadvantage.
Nah.
Yeah. You get 2 attacks if you're going that route.
Oh, that's true.
You're a monk.
Sure.
Keep
I'm a
chucking
monk.
darts.
Hey!
Hey,
That worked.
Nice.
damage it.
I'll take that. 8.
Well, that's kind of funny. Bump. With a bump. With a I'm almost wondering if rather than a dart, if this was like a well-placed mid-heeled shoe.
There you go. Bonk. Shoe bonk.
And with that, the last of everyone kind of drops onto
Ow.
the turf. You have a chance to look around the standing circle of stones. The gaggle of druids remains at the far side, have watched as their tree creation is brought down by you. And there's a moment where they seem to confer with each other wordlessly before they turn and begin to disappear over the back of the hill down away from you to the south. Strahd grins as he watches and then simply
Give him an elaborate theatrical bow.
I'm just gonna.
I'm debating if I want to die today.
Agnes is going to keep her eyes on him and try and reach for, like, in the corpse of the big tree, and try and feel her way for that gem
The
crystal.
battery.
Yeah, she's gonna look for the battery within all the battery acid.
I'd like to loot the batteries.
Yeah.
Out of the automaton tree.
Yeah.
that tracks. It will not take you terribly long to find it, unless you really do mean you're not taking your eyes off Strahd, in which case it will take a while to figure out what you're touching.
Yeah, she's not taking her eyes off that. She does not. Absolutely not.
You'll feel something slimy, and then something passed into your hand. As Arabelle picks herself up and kind of starts to rub the ichor off her hands, that, I think, is what you were looking for. And then she comes to stand next to you and takes her deck of cards and matches your view across the field as she begins to slide the cards, fanning them out and closing it down into a stack again, and fanning it out as she's also has that glare. Does anyone else want to break the Mexican standoff you've started? Or is it a matter of who blinks first?
Give me 1 second. Do I have a coin? Do I want to die today? Is there a D2 on?
Here's an easy one. Kaitapan,
Okay.
roll me a wisdom check.
Check or save?
It doesn't matter for you, sweetie.
You know, that's fair. 12?
She's feeling wise enough not to go charging at Strahd in the open.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't going to do that, but
I feel like you were on the fence between two things.
yeah.
Your wisdom kicks in.
I was gonna use that spare dagger and like chuck it at him. But you know, it's okay.
That's a long way to chuck.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's actually long.
Just a rage chuck.
It goes like 10 feet.
You could probably get it 60.
I think, yeah. I think that is the
dagger
max.
thrown at maximum range is 60 feet.
Yep.
That's right. I wasn't even looking at that.
Yep. But I think anything past 20, it's a disadvantage. Or it's at -5. I know they tried to keep it simple with ranged weapons. But that's neither here nor there because you didn't do it.
Nope.
So,
I'm sorry.
Arabelle handed me the gem, right?
right.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna tuck it kind of closer to me and like kind of try and keep it a bit behind my back. And then I have a weapon, my rapier, ready to go in like a. So she has her one hand behind her back and her rapier ready for an attack.
After a long pause, Strahd will turn to that black horse behind him, and very carefully put himself up on it. He moves with the motions of someone who almost seems like they grew up in a saddle. It's the kind of it's not the things you see at the country club on Sundays when those gentlemen go out for that game of polo and for the first time in 8 weeks get on the horse's back. It's that motion of someone that mucks the stalls themselves level of rider. Although there's not a second you think he has ever actually mucked a stall. And he pulls the reins around so that he can regard you. And then he turns the horse all the way and starts to ride westward to your right down the side of the hill.
Is that towards the winery or away from?
It will eventually, if he, as he goes down the hill, you can see where he turns towards the winery and towards the road. But he is clearly giving you the benefit of a wide berth as he does so.
Well, that was interesting.
Is anyone intervening with him before he comes around and picks up the road and begins to ride up the road away from you?
I'm not going to get involved, but I'm not going to relax.
We should
I'm
get
not
back
going to. I'm not going to relax until he's out of sight, though.
We should get back to the winery.
When he reaches the road, he kind of turns the horse one more time to look at you. He raises his hand up, lets out a little nod. And you hear, as though right in front of you, impressive display. I'm still not convinced that you have the strength to keep Irina safe in this valley, but I will acknowledge your victory today. I look forward to a true test of those skills in the coming days. Good luck.
I don't like him. Put my gloves back on.
And a few minutes later, he'll disappear up the road on that black horse. And Rob will quietly thank you for not making me break out the CGI budget and making him fly away.
Oh, it's okay. You could have just used the puppet on strings. We wouldn't have mind.
No. If the nightmare actually flies, that's got to be done right. That's an Industrial Lights and Magic project. And we weren't sure in the writer's room where this was going to go, so there was a lot of back and forth on it. But we can use that. We're going to put that money into catering. So
That's good choice. Good choice.
Yeah. Speaking of catering, let's take a 5, top our water, or our not water, as it may be, and meet back here in 5, and we'll see what happens next.
Woohoo!
See you back in a few minutes, guys. Enjoy some clips of the channel or commercials if you're not a subscriber. You're swinging again.
Oh man, this guy.
Is tough.
What's up with this guy?
What?
What? This doesn't happen. This doesn't happen. All right, we're going. Let's go.
Okay.
And followed by the smite. Come on, Timber. We got this.
I mean, if he doesn't go down now, I don't know.
And he finally drops.
Yes.
And is out of the scrap. Gets to the guy in the
way.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. Like, do we think it's going to follow us?
Yeah.
I'm sure it will.
Run it? Yeah, I was going to say, can we outrun it, or is it like something that's just going to follow us no matter where we go?
I don't think we can outrun it. I mean, it's not going to come any closer for a bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're going to have to fight it.
We could take shelter in the smoldering ruins, right?
I don't know if that's going to help.
We
It's
don't
probably
know what's in the smoldering ruins.
Well, it couldn't be any worse than this.
We could
Oh
come
yes,
across-
it could.
We could come across like another giant creature, and then we're fighting two at the same time. And then
But
it's
it
terrible.
could be like Godzilla versus King Kong. So if we run into something even nastier, maybe it won't want to eat us. It'll go after the other thing because they're legends and they have to fight. That's how that works.
No, or they team up against us.
You've had a very fortunate life, haven't you?
I'm gonna go. Common, Mother Clucker, do you speak it? We need some information. I'm not sorry, by the way.
But there's a way to check if you really want to know. I'm intrigued. Cut your hand. Bleed in front of her.
Got it.
I mean, but if she's
Yeah, I didn't think I'd do it. I so did it. Smell it?
But like, she could not necessarily
So
be a
pauses right there.
vampire.
well, you're
She'd be,
saying
like,
that she is a vampire, so
or she's like possessed by one, or like,
Cutting her hand open.
or like the
in the middle
leader.
of Strahd's domain.
Wait, her
Sounds
hand or
like,
my
not
hand? I
hers,
just cut
not
my hand
hers,
open.
not hers.
sounds like a
James.
fantastic idea. Oh.
I didn't have to cut my hand open. We need to cut her hand open.
Oh.
No.
Come here, girl. Come on.
no, you
I'm
mean to
already
say-
bleeding.
James just like waving his bloody hand in
Like, come
Irina's
on.
face.
In the aftermath, except for that like ringing sound.
Got a splinter in my boob.
I was gonna say something cool, but it's gone.
Mwah. Good night, everybody.
Okay, I think the session should end here for today.
There's our clip of the night.
Oh man.
Luis is all proud of himself. He's just saved the group. He's about to make a heroic. You got a splinter in my boob. My bad. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Kainapon. I'll be here until Rob kicks me the fuck out.
Having taken a holy order of some kind and other oaths.
I'm thinking like an elven, like really.
Kung Fu Elfin Monk?
Kung Fu Elfin Monk. Okay.
Yes, that meditates a lot.
I can live with that.
Because elves don't have to sleep as much, so totally right.
Special and like not forced or anything. It's brilliant. I think the quote I have in particular is actually came from chat, which was the spell slide into DMs, which then became a spell. That's just it's very endearing. So I love it.
I'm going to follow it up by saying that the reaction to receiving a message spell was an absolute, just as far as role play goes.
Oh no, that whole love interest thing. That's right. Oh, I forgot. I almost killed him.
Like, why am I?
I legit have been screaming this entire time. So you know what? What is the health of everybody
You're also
right now?
full health. You want to like come
All right,
back and join the
everyone's
battle?
full health.
Like, no, we're not. The rest
All
of
right.
us are like highly injured. You're on
Yeah,
the
we're
outside
all
full
hurting
health. You wanna,
pretty
like,
bad.
The
help out a
jam
little
board
bit?
says that everybody's. Oh.
Oh, refresh.
Refresh
Never mind.
that. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Ember's alive because I just healed for 12. Show is at 12 out of 41.
You
You're
were
like
literally
farting
seeing
around
full
on the
health
outside of
this
the circle.
entire
like,
time,
"Come
weren't you,
join
Anson?"
me. I'm full health. Y'all.
Shut
I'm having
didn't
picnic
have a
over here.
spot on the jam on the thing, and I was just like, oh, I don't know.
I think we broke the.
I'm heading that way. I'll tackle
Oh,
her
she
ass
already
again.
has the potion. She already has the potion.
No, she just handed you the book, and as soon as your hands touched it, she let go and run.
She's not going to take the potion?
She's got bigger fish to fry, like getting her ass out of there. You shot her.
I'm trying to unshoot her to the best of my abilities.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
And that is that weird, sickly smell in the air.
Oh, God.
Something like rotting meat.
Ew.
As we're walking, I'm like starting to like shake it off, and I'm just gonna say under my breath, she's just mad her mom never wanted her home for holidays either.
Wow, that's some Gossip Girl shit. Like,
Wow.
Anybody else smell that?
Smells like salt.
Smells like
Not-
tea to me.
Not what I meant.
Right. If you didn't know that was one of our clips, that's going in there.
Oh, dearie me.
Do we have playbills nearby?
Sure.
Playbills are made of paper, right? And that's made of wood. Can I use shillelagh with a playbill? Is this technically made of the same stuff I would need, right?
What pulp?
I'll allow it.
All right.
Punch the. No, I know that's a bad idea.
There is so much nope surrounding this trap. I am not here for an amulet. I am here for a traumatized rogue. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's two. Well, I wasn't really concerned about the amulet. I just thought that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we assume this guy is bad.
Oh, he's super bad.
Well, you know.
Okay. That's all I needed to know.
Good.
I mean, he keeps on trying
have-
to. He's a dick. He keeps on trying to coerce Irina into coming up to his castle and fucking die, become a vampire lady, and she's not into it.
Well, I mean, you know, okay.
As you seem to be doing really well with it.
Ooh, nat 20 to
Oh my
25.
Jeez.
Nice.
Shattered it.
Wow. Well, you can roll your damage. I don't.
25. Because I got 3 sixes.
Holy cow.
Oh my goodness.
She's hulked out.
Rage hard.
Yeah, I think you should rage all the time. I think you
I
should
like this
never
rage,
not
yeah.
never
This
not be
is
raging.
it. Well,
There's
I get
where all our
2.
good rolls were hiding.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's why they were so bad earlier. We were saving up. But... Stop hitting my friends.
Oop, wrong
You know,
way.
damage books with that kind of attitude.
Well played. Wow. He goes in, he does a few loops, he comes back out, and beep.
Okay. Beep once if there's dead bodies in there. Beep twice. No, that doesn't work. All right, beep twice. No, that doesn't work. Okay, beep. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna see if I can sneak up. Like, see if I can sneak up and find a widow to kind of like. It's not really the sharpest tack in this box.
Okay, when we left off, the party had successfully defeated the the tree blight, recovered the crystal, scared off the massive druids, and ironically didn't even blink about giving chase. That can't possibly come back to haunt them later.
I'm tired of wondering if things are gonna haunt us later.
Listen, Strahd was still there.
Strahd was still there. Strahd also left. They let him leave without so much as a buy your leave. That can't possibly come back to haunt them later.
Everything's haunting us already. Okay, what's a couple more things?
I don't feel quite prepared for Strahd yet, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just second guessing everything.
It is kind of the whole vibe of Barovia that it's about things always come back to haunt you.
Wow.
Yeah. That's just life.
So, this is where we left off. You may pick up as you have a moment to catch your breath, look at each other.
You make your choices and you turn on your magic vision.
Your magic vision
I
has
turn on.
nothing to show.
Nothing whatsoever.
Wait,
Nothing
hang
whatever.
on. Hang
Nothing
on.
whatever.
Let me check my notes.
I love you.
Yeah.
Somebody finally
I got it.
Somebody understands me.
I got it.
On that same level. Spoon.
Okay. We'll do that. Got it. Yes. So you have a chance to plump. Thank you for reminding me to check my notes, Andy.
Wait, really? Are you sure about that?
You do still spot something magical inside the wreckage of the tree.
I will go searching for what is in the wreckage of the tree.
Okay. As you dig around inside the tree, is that how that was?
Are you sure about that?
Just means the player wrote better notes than the DM did. That's all. But yes, you do find nestled into the center of the tree, somewhere behind where the stone was, another artifact. In particular, it is that. It looks like, well, you know what? Hang on. I'm just going to do this, do that. We live in an era where I can show you everything. Nope, that did not do what it was supposed to do. Let's do this. Come on. Technology, work with me.
Do your stuff.
There it goes. And then for everybody else, I can put this out here. You find it looks like a platinum sun with a large ruby set in its center.
I'm going to pop up and take a look over Luisa's shoulder.
Agnes is going to kind of do the same.
What is that?
Sorts of amulet.
How did you know that was there?
Remember those notes I keep checking all the time from that prophecy none of you wanted to listen to?
Ouch. Shots fired.
Wow.
Rude.
Rude.
Excuse me for focusing on the objective.
Mm-hmm.
This is the objective.
Excuse me
Yeah,
for
but
not
we
wanting
didn't
to
know
listen
that.
to a mad woman.
Well, the Mad Woman's 2 for 2. And supposedly we have now found the relic of holy power, which appears to be some sort of religious symbol, if I had to guess. He says, sort of dangling the fancy.
Can I do a history or religion check on that?
You can do a religion check. As you wave it around, Arabelle tries really hard not to stand anywhere that ruby is pointed.
Noted.
As you like, I think that it kind of turns. You kind of out of the corner of your eye, you notice she like casually sidestep. Just, It's like the kid who pulls out the pistol. What do we do with this?
What is which end is?
It wouldn't matter which one I rolled for history or religion because they're both plus 9, but I got a 12.
You got a 12. It does not conform to any religious iconography that you recognize as such. The markings on it look like they might date back to the early Holy Roman Empire. But there are definitely some things that look like they're not Latin necessarily. They might be a derivation of it. Latin removed from the rest of civilization for a couple hundred years kind of stuff.
Is it similar to the Latin that they were chanting in?
Yes.
Okay, with a bit of time, could I try, knowing what I know about the information I gathered from their chanting, could I try and decipher it?
Yes. In fact, I would say every long rest, you can sit down with it and take notes and study it at more length.
Yes. Finally, my archaeology is coming into play.
Start building up some of that. We'll do a long-term skills check on that one.
And with that, I will hand it off to our resident archaeologist for said future study.
All right, I'll trade you the gem.
All right, I will toss that in the bag of holding.
Where a bagman may or may not reside.
I was gonna say, have we ever taken anything back out of the bag of holding?
Oh, regularly. So far, I
Okay.
haven't lost any fingers.
Okay. Well, that's good.
All right. So, do we pursue the fleeing druids who created this plant-like monstrosity, or do we return the gem back to its rightful place?
I want to return the gem, but after what happened last time we didn't pursue the druids, I'm not certain.
Decisions.
I'd rather do agree with Miss Amelie.
You agree that you are also torn and conflicted?
That we should probably follow them considering what happened last time.
Ah, wonderful. Do we have any tracking skills?
I have some survival skills.
That sounded not so sure.
Well, I was trying to figure out how to not to say in character. I have a +3 to survival.
Right. Yeah, that would be somewhat confusing.
It wasn't so much uncertain as, hang on, how do I word this in character?
Luis is a city boy, unfortunately.
That works too. I was tuned by checking something in my notes. What are y'all doing now? You're going to try to follow the druids?
We are debating if we follow the druids or if we head directly back to the Wizard of Wines.
Okay.
I'll go see if I can figure out where the druids went, where they're going. Could we even follow them? Like, did they leave behind a trail that is followable?
Okay. As you head over the side of the hill to look down, a few things catch your eye. First, a collection of different deer paths that lead off to the south. Multiple different directions. So as you kind of look, you can see, okay, there's kind of a deer path there, kind of a deer path there, kind of a deer path there. The good news is they're not well established. So once you get on them, you should be able to pick out signs of movement. The downside is they're not well established, which means you don't know which of them just turn into brush after a while. So it's not going to be an easy test to give chase.
I will relay that back to everybody else.
As you come back up the hill to talk to everyone, you also notice that in the mounds along the slope, you can see where the earth in about a 6 by 3 foot wide area has been freshly tilled. And these 6 by 3 foot sections are evenly spread all along this slope and disappear around the sides. You lose count at about 12 of them.
Okay. Do I have any idea of why that might, like what that might signify? I'll have everybody else come take a look. Like, that's weird, but I'm not sure why. I'm not a farmer.
Beyond the fact that the DM made a point of telling me about it, I have no fucking clue what to do with this.
I know.
The DM mentioned it must be important.
Or is it?
All right.
You spent 8 minutes describing this dorm, man. We're not moving until we verify what traps are on it.
All right.
As the rest of the group has a chance to look over the mounds, and any one of you could make the guess that it's about the size of a grave, freshly dug and refilled.
Agnes is going to stick her rapier in it, see if it meets any resistance. Like, she's just going to slowly poke through it.
What are you doing? As you're about to go down into it.
Disturbing a grave, I guess.
I'm gonna ask, not Arabelle. I forgot the other. Was Arabelle? Do we have another one with us, or was it just Arabelle?
No, it's just Arabelle.
Just Arabelle sticking with you guys.
I'm gonna ask Arabelle. Do you know? Is this some sort of graveyard?
I have heard the stories, but that the druids sometimes endure their own here along this slope. Perhaps even there are stories of berserkers that they have cultivated and trained. But please, go ahead. Be stabbing into the ground to see what you can wake up.
I'm just going to take a step back.
Agnes is going to slowly pull her rapier back out and wipe the dirt off of it.
Did she actually go all the way down, or is it as this kind of happens,
starting
she's like,
to, and then like dipping your toe into the pool water to see if it's cold?
Cool. The dirt is cold.
Great. Not going back in.
Come on in. The dirt is fine.
I need Darlene to roll me a wisdom save.
Oh, fuck.
What did you do, Agnes?
What did you do?
What did you do?
Natural 20. I'll write that down for later.
Hey, we love a nat 20.
That is solid.
Yeah.
I will keep my mage vision up and just take a walk around the freshly turned graves to see if anything weird pops up. Remnants of ritual magic, necromantic magic, all those sorts of things.
Okay.
And if nothing catches my creepy magic eye, I will suggest we head back to the winery. As I feel like chasing druids into the woods is maybe not our best plan.
Have we ever had a plan?
I have a plan.
Do tell.
Yeah, what's the plan?
Follow the prophecy, collect the things, defeat the bad guy, go home. Standard hero's journey. It's like a play.
Following the script.
Exactly.
All right, I'm fine with heading back to the winery.
Okay.
Okay. I would say at this point, you do not detect anything. Nope, your ghostly vision picks up nothing.
All right.
And you can set off up the road again towards the winery.
That's what we shall do.
Well,
I'm gonna match pace with Luis and thank him again for saving me from the tree. That was pretty impressive.
I like to save things for the relevant moment.
You seem to have a talent for that. Yes. I suppose it's the theater background.
Maybe a little.
Sense of dramatic timing and all that.
Precisely.
That checks out.
So we are certainly unraveling this odd location that we have found ourselves in, bit by strange bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully Agnes can figure something out about that amulet.
I just hope she's ready for whatever she discovers about it.
Yeah, that is going to be rough for her.
It
But
may
she
be
seems to be
tricky.
coming around.
I think she's working on it.
A few more unearthly events, and she might actually be able to admit a couple of them.
She came pretty close with the tree.
She did.
The ritual. That was. I feel like we witnessed a moment of growth. There may be hope for her yet.
One does hope.
Wrong button.
I'm literally just going to pass a note around the table. As you continue to make your way back. While you walk, Arabelle is going to kind of keep more or less to herself as you head back. And you notice that she actually starts to lag a little bit behind you. About every 5 minutes, you notice instead of being like a half step behind the four of you, she's a full step. And you go a little bit further, and she's falling back a little bit further. And then she starts to fiddle with the cards more and more as you continue to work your way along. She's mostly gotten the ichor off of her hand, so she's not smeared on her deck. But there are even cards where she slides it out, tucks it away, and kind of cleans the card itself to make sure it's in good shape before setting it aside.
I'm gonna duck back towards Arabelle and point to the cards. That's a pretty impressive deck you have there.
Z-deck? He's not special. He's like any other Tarkata deck.
I've never seen a deck that can do what you've done with it. What did you call it?
I always pronounce it wrong as the DM.
I wouldn't know the difference, I don't think.
Yeah, they give it another name, so they're not using tarot. But yes. Well,
I don't know that Amelie would have seen tarot cards anyway.
But yeah. She gives the name. Taroka. Thank you.
Mine happens to be back there somewhere.
Aha.
You seem to be pretty good with it. How long have you had it?
Oh, this was my mother's. Is a family heirloom, but the cards they're not what I do.
What is it that you do?
The words tap into the life and death and decay of the life and the universe and channel it.
Amelie has the most polite look of confusion on your face. Like when you're trying to make conversation, you're like, I have no idea what that is, but I don't want to be rude.
I will show you. Think about the handsomest man you have ever seen. Picture his face in front of you. And take a card off the top of the deck.
Take a card off the top of the deck.
And she takes it and she sets it back on top of the deck while you're walking. Blue eyes.
Straight face.
This is not something. You and the deck became connected for a moment. Your life energy entered the deck, and I was able to connect it into an observation.
Interesting.
Likewise, I can do other things with the cards. And she flicks so that the corner of one pops loose, and she throws it against one of the trees you're walking past, and it explodes like a snowball on impact. Like that.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And she takes the deck with her hand and she cuts it and reforms it again in that way that people who have always had decks of cards can do.
Do the cards replace themselves, or do they run out after you use them?
The deck is precious to me. It feeds on my life energy, I guess I would say. So as long as there is a heart beating in my chest, there are cards in my deck.
Fascinating.
I suppose if you grew up as he did, and she points up at Luis, the things that he does are fascinating as well, no?
I wouldn't know. The things he does are new to me too.
Or the way you charm your way through the schools.
Charm doesn't always get you through the school.
She flips up another card, and on it, the card is tight. You can see the fine writing where it says gladiator. Perhaps not the talking so much while you were at the school.
Blush.
She slides it off and slips it into the deck somewhere else.
Well, we do what we have to survive, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Agnes and Darlene are now kind of like on their own. There's Luis, Agnes, Darlene, Amelie, and Arabelle.
Agnes is just like, as they're walking, she's just kind of growing more and more like pale. Her mind is running at 1,000,000 miles an hour as she looking ahead, says to Darling, when there's a moment of respite and privacy, I really need to speak with you.
Darling's just gonna reach over and just like not smack, but like put her hand on Agnes's forehead. We're checking for a fever because she don't look so well right now.
Agnes won't stop you.
Well, you're not burning up, so do you need me to carry you? Are you okay? Do we need to stop?
The walking is helping.
Oh. Like awkward moment of silence. Are you having a mental breakdown?
I believe this might constitute as one, perhaps. I've never had one before, so I can't really tell you.
Is the sarcophagus broken open?
I don't know what you mean by that. But I think I can infer what you mean. Infer the meaning and maybe?
She's just gonna She's gonna slowly lean in and be like, "So, you believe in the mumu now?"
Give me a moment.
It's all good. All good. Take this.
Well,
it gets easier once you say it out loud.
I don't want to.
You're gonna make it worse. It's just gonna get worse.
Stubbornly keeps her mouth so shut. You can see, like, maybe even hear the teeth cracking as she, like, holds her jaw shut. As she just is staring both into nothing at the ground in front of her as she
Darling's
keeps
like walking, like kind of sort of behind her, but like next to her, but also like kind of leaning in on her shoulder, and she's like, "Say it. Mumu is real. Say it. Say it."
You are not a tiny little devil that is sitting on my shoulder. All right. You are much too large for that. All right.
Unless I have to return you back to your house during having a mental breakdown, just let it go. Say it right now. Say it right now before you start screaming it at the